freak show sitting next to you. You laugh some weird people sitting next to you. You think how did I get here sitting next to you? But after all I've said, please don't forget.
Mr. Dirk is back at it again. Today we'll be multiplying polynomials. Yes, 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 yes.
So in the last section, we did adding and subtracting polynomials. Now we're going to multiply. It's not really anything new. It's just combining a couple different things that you already know how to do. One is multiplying monomials, and the other is the distributive property. So let's get right into it. We have a monomial out here, and on the inside we have a polynomial. So I'm going to use a distributive property to multiply these. So I'm going to do negative 3x squared times every single term, all of them. And my answer, I should have 4 terms at the end. So let's see here. Negative 3x squared times 4x squared. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And to get the exponents, x times x is going to be an x. When you're multiplying variables that are the same, you add the exponents. So that's 2 and that's 3. So this is x to the 5th. The next one, negative 3x squared times negative 2x squared. Negative 3 times negative 2 is plus 6. And it will be, this is x squared. That becomes x to the 4th power. Next, negative 3x squared times x. A negative times a positive is a negative. X squared times x is really just a, has a 1 over it. So it's going to be x to the 3rd power. And negative 3 times 1 is just negative 3. So negative 3x cubed. And the last one, negative 3x squared times negative 10, it will be a positive. And let's see here. Negative 3 times 10, or negative 10 is 30. X squared, there is no x over here. It's really x to the 0 power. 0 plus 2 is just 2, so it is x squared. Perfect. Good way to start. So now we're going to get a little crazier. We're going to multiply a binomial by a binomial, and we're going to use a table. So the way you set this up, you take each of these binomials, and you write them on the side. So 2x minus 1, I write 2x right here, and then minus 1 on top of this column. And 4x plus 2, I can write 4x for this row, plus 2, or just a 2 for the bottom row. This is important that you do these in standard form, like the x comes before the 1, or your answer, it makes it a little easier this way. What you do is for each box, you multiply the two sides, the two corresponding terms. So in this top left one is going to be 4x times 2x. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared. This box over here, the top is negative 1, and for the row it is 4x. So 4x times negative 1 is minus 4x. This box down here is 2x on the top and 2 over here. 2 times 2 is 4. This one has an x. That one doesn't, so it's just 4x. And this last box, 2 times negative 1, negative 2. If you set this up correctly, in these boxes on the diagonal, these are going to be like terms. Like terms. And in this situation, they actually cancel. We have a negative 4x here and a 4x there. There's a negative, that's a positive, so they just cancel. You could write the whole thing out and write 8x squared, you can write every term, minus 4x plus 4x minus 2, or if you know they cancel, you don't even have to write those ones. So it's just 8x squared minus 2. There we go. So now we're going to do a binomial times a trinomial. All right, let's do this. We've got a 2 by 6 square, or not a square, it's a rectangle. And I've got x minus 5. I'll put the x and a minus 5 right there. and then I got 3x squared. 3x squared minus 2x plus 4. I don't even need that plus 4. I just need a 4. Okay, now let's do this. In this box, 3x squared times x will be 3x to the third power. That's x squared, that's x to the first power, x to the third power. Right here, 3 times negative 5 is negative 15, and I just put the x squared. Right here, negative 2x times x will be negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times negative 5 will be 10x. Right here, 4 times x is 4x. And right here, 4 times negative 5, negative 20. So now we want to write this down in standard form. That's the highest exponents first. So let's go. The highest exponent I see is x cubed, right? That's going to be in your top left section normally. So 3x squared, that's first. The next highest one is x squared, and that happens to be these two, right? Look at that, like terms diagonally. So when I combine them, negative 15 and negative 2 is negative 17. And then, do I change the exponent when I combine them? I'm waiting. I'm talking to you. No, you don't change it. You just keep it x squared. Now we've got 4x and 10x. Combine those. That will be plus 14x. And the last one in the bottom right corner, a negative 20. I just leave it like that. There we go, standard form. Another way, multiplying horizontally. That sounds awesome. Awesome. All right, so let's do another way. 2x minus 5 and everything is squared. What does this really mean? This really means 2x minus 5 multiplied by itself. 2x minus 5. All right, that's the same thing. So if you're thinking, well, can't we just do the box way we just did? You can, absolutely. But I want to show you a different way. So let me, hang on one sec. We're going to do something, you might know it as FOIL, or I'm going to call it double distributing. So if you have this negative 5, oh my goodness, this is the wrong way. Hang on one second. So if you have this negative 5, you can distribute this. You know how to do it. Negative 5 times 2x, negative 5 times negative 5. Now you could do that if I cover that up. If I covered up the 2x, you could distribute that 2x times 2x, 2x times negative 5. You know how to do that. So that's what we're going to do. It's called W distributing, and then we're going to combine the like terms. So let me start with this 2x. I can do 2x times 2x. That becomes 4x squared. 2x times negative 5 becomes negative 10x. All right, that's the first part. Now if I cover up the 2x, the negative 5's first. So I can do negative 5 times 2x. That is negative 10x. And negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. Now we want to combine the like terms. So 4x squared, that's by itself. Negative 10x, that becomes negative 20x. And then we have plus 25. So my goal, I just want to show you different ways to do it. If you want to do it with the box method, that's perfectly fine. This way, you already know how to distribute. You know how to do this one too. Feel free to do either way. All right, let's try another example. Boom! There we go. So, same thing. There's a lot more terms in this polynomial. So I'm going to start off with covering up this 2x. And I'm going to do the negative 4 first. So I do minus 4 times everything. Negative 4 times x cubed is negative 4x cubed. Negative 4 times plus 2x squared, negative 8x squared. Negative 4 times negative 2x plus 8x. Negative 4 times plus 4, that is minus 16. All right. Whew. Whew. We got it. All right, now this 2x. Let me do that. 2x times x cubed is plus 2x to the fourth. 2x times 2x squared is plus 4x cubed. 2x times negative 2x is minus 4x squared. 2x times 4 is plus 8x. All right, so I'm looking at this, and yeah, I mean, this is a hot mess. But what do we gotta do? We gotta combine the like terms. So I'm looking for the highest exponent. I've got x to the fourth. That's the only one I see. So I'll write that first. 2x to the fourth. And I cross it out, it's gone. Now let's see here. I got a negative 4x cubed and a plus 4x cubed. Those actually cancel, so I'm just going to cancel them right there, right there. Now, any x squares laying around, I've got a negative 8x squared, negative 4x squared. That becomes negative 12x squared. So, goodbye. Goodbye. Now, how about just the x's? I got 8x together, 16x. Bye-bye. Toodaloo. And lastly, I've got this negative 16. I just write negative 16. That is how you do it. Not so bad, right? And again, if you want to do this box method, feel free to do that. Our goal is just so that you can do it one or the other way. And sometimes the box method might be a good way to start. You get the concept down, and then you might feel a little bit better doing it this way. But for now, either way, whatever you want. We've made it to the last slide. What I want you to do, pause this video, try it on your own. So do that now. Right, thank you for stopping. So this first one, I'm going to do it horizontally. So 2x times 2x, that will be 4x squared. 2x times 4, that is 8x. Negative 4 times 2x is minus 8x. Negative 4 times positive 4 is a minus 16. Now I want to combine like terms. This 8x and the negative 8x, they cancel with each other. So I'm left with 4x squared minus 16. And there you go. That's the answer. This one over here, I'm going to use that box method. So this is a 3 by 2. So let me draw some kind of rectangle. Is that all right? Ba-bam. 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 On this side, I'll write 7g squared, 4g and 1. And over here, g minus 8. So now I need to fill in every square. 7g squared times g, that becomes 7g cubed. 4g times g is 4g squared. G times 1 is g. 7g squared times negative 8, negative 56g squared. 4g times negative 8, negative 32g. 1 times negative 8, negative 8. So now it's time to combine like terms, and if you remember, this box method makes combining like terms pretty handy. I just circle them up like that. So if I start standard form highest exponent first, that's the 7g cubed. Next, I've got g squared, negative 56g squared plus 4g squared. That's negative 52g squared. G in minus 32g, that'll be negative 31g. And lastly, -8 is by itself. All right, so that's it. You did it. That was multiplying polynomials. So good luck on the mastery check. Good luck with the packet. You got this. Dirk is out. But before I go, I'm going to show you one of these websites I just found. It's amazing. Let me check it out. We're looking at catstackers.com. So let's see, what do they got over here? So everything, they got a cat on the bottom and they just put stuff on top of this cat. Unbelievable. Oh, there's the cat. Stacks on cats. Check that out. Ooh, spooky stack. There's some guy stacking stuff on his cat. I might be on this website one day, I think. One day, maybe some math books I'll put on there. Who knows? Who knew stacking stuff on cats was a thing? Wow. Perfect. All right. Dirk is out.